E-Bicycle. Right, very good morning, everybody. I can see there's two people. We got two in. We got a two in. No, we didn't. It was 2-1. Good morning, everybody. So, yes, 2-1 at St. James's Park yesterday. And could there have been more? Yes. Anthony Gordon might have had a hat trick, but for the post. So, yeah. And one thing happened yesterday at St. James's Park, which is rare. And that is scoring a goal from a corner. Very, very rare. So, those of you who went to St. James's, those of you who was at St. James's Park yesterday, they would have noticed a few empty seats. 52,000, yes. Full stadium, no. But 3 points. 3 incredible points. And we have 6 people. Yeah. We got 6 people. Ba, 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 ba. So, yeah. Could the game have been better? Yes. Now, we got It's the Glitch, Magpie United and the best. Well and truly. Welcome in. So, yeah, 3 points, much needed. And like I say, it was a nervy end to the game. Newcastle, we shouldn't be putting our supporters through the mill. Let's be honest. So, and one of the things that happened yesterday, why it happened, only he knows. And yes, I am talking about one of our players. What was this all about? What was that all about? Because had he not stuck his elbow out, I'm sure and Ramsdale would have nicely secured the ball. Morning, Corvo. It's obviously how told them to treat the second half like training. Yeah, we gotta be better though. We have to be better. Let's look at it realistically. Where are Burnley? Right at the bottom. In the relegation zone. In the place no team wants to play. We should have had 7. Should have. Had Anthony Gordon got his other 2 shots that shook the post. Another thing, I want to point this out. Yeah. As we're all here, yeah, I want to point this out. Nick Waltermaid has the ball. He's spinning it in his hands. And behind him, Anthony Gordon walks up. I would have left. I would have said, okay, you have the ball in your hands. Go and do the business. He didn't. He took the ball. I would have left Nick Waltermaid with the ball to smash it in the back of the net. Just my opinion. Ramsey was shocking, yes. Why? He has the value only you know, because I don't. Now, I had to watch it on Match of the Day this morning. It's, well, I've been up since 4:30. So I had to wait for Match of the Day. And Match of the Day, damn, man. I'm expecting Newcastle to be on not first or second. What I wasn't expecting was we're right at the end. But it is what it is. We got the 3 points. It's not up to Gordon or Waltermaid. Howe has selected. Yeah, yeah, you've got a valid point. You straight up valid point. But I would have turned round and who's got the ball? Leave it to them. Yeah. If you're brave enough to pick up that ball, leave it with them. Yeah. So, yeah. As my song says, are you brave enough? Now, we're in December. Smack bang in December. Yeah. Here's what I want to see. We've got a game against Bayern midweek. Bam. Win the game. Win. Is it home or is it away? Are we in Germany? Don't know. Hold my hands up. Don't know. But we have to beat Bayern, Leverkusen. Then we've got to go to the Stadium of Light. Now, other YouTubers, they can say what they like. It's their channel. Yeah. But it's a Stadium of Light. So what I want to see is this. I want to see Newcastle go to the Stadium of Light and beat Sunderland. Yeah. Then when they come to St. James's next year, beat them again. If that happens, I'm happy. If by, like I keep saying to Baz through Black and White Eyes and others like Sir Chris at Evermore NUFC, we can get to 5th come the 31st of December. I'm happy. Chat stopped. Yeah, we've got Colin from Bath. Welcome in, Colin. So yes, what happened yesterday? Yeah, we've got 9 people here. We're 10 minutes in. 9 people. However, smash the like. It's free. It costs you nought. Yeah, so let's it. Boom, 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 boom. Now, a couple of you would have noticed right at the beginning this. That is what we've got. How's the coding coming along? Coding is a couple of things, Colin. There is a 4-hour, which should take, to do 4 hours, it should take a week, Monday through to Saturday night. That's what it should take. Now it's 4 hours, but I'm stretching it. Yeah. Now that's just one part of coding. And what it is this. It is nothing to do at all with a website, an app, nothing. Yeah. Patrick, hey, Patrick Healy. So the coding is one simple language, and that is it. That's in the 4-hour. And in the 30-hour, which is a month, one single month, it's the same, but it breaks each little component into blocks. Just as an example. Construct, compile, instructions, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So by the time the 31st of December comes round, I want to see Newcastle United in 5th, 4th, 3rd. They get anywhere along 5th, 4th, or 3rd, I'm happy. Rodog, is that an angel on the top of the cabinet? Ooh. There's an elephant up there. There's actually 2 elephants up there. But yeah, there is angel somewhere. Yeah. Now, Raw Dog. Yeah. Somebody mentioned you the other day. So what I want to talk about is this. Yeah. I have not hit 1 million subscribers. Yeah. Raw Dog. I have not hit 1 million subscribers. So I haven't got the peer packet that goes with that 1 million. Not yet. Right? Now, somebody said the other day, couldn't tell you who it was in chat. Apparently, on one of my platforms, my address has been put out. Don't do that. Don't put the address out. End of. Yeah? And that's all I'm going to say on it. Now, back to this week coming up. This week, are we home or are we away? It'll be a troll using my name. Okay. I've addressed the problem. Yeah, I've addressed it. Now, here's a couple of things for you. This week coming. Nick Waltermate, and asked Corvo would turn around and say, Waltermate, yeah, but it's a W. It's a W. Yeah. So Nick Waltermate to get on the score sheet. Harvey Barnes to get on the score sheet. Somebody was saying yesterday, we're having, Harvey Barnes left side, and Anthony Gordon, right side. Yes or no? Which? That's pronounced wrong. Okay. It's pronounced Volter. Okay. You know, we all say things differently. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not going to like have a sticky thingy about like how to pronounce a person's name. It's how you say it. Yeah. As long as Nick keeps putting the ball in the back of the net, I don't care. I really don't care. So, with this European game coming up, here's what honestly I want to see. Johan Wissa terrorize Bayern, terrorize them. Can you do that? Yeah. Can you run Bayern ragged? I know we have other players. Yeah. But let's be honest. Your first game was yesterday. And yeah. And another thing I would say is this. Could you have scored? Yeah. You could have. So, yeah. But one thing I'm going to say is this. I want Newcastle United, please. I'm being nice, please. Give us a run of games. Bayern, the game next weekend away at the Stadium of Light. And give us about four games. Any luck on the job front? Right. Let's put something to bed. Okay. Now, Patrick has said any luck on the jobs front. Yeah. So, Patrick, when I was talking earlier this year about, this is what I mentioned earlier this year, www.seekingyou.org. I can't use seekingyou.org because that's got to go through GitHub. You deploy from GitHub. I ain't got round to that part yet. So I am using Lovable, their servers. Yeah. Because I don't quite understand how to do the www.bit. Me being honest. Unemployment is at an all-time high. It's unrealistic to expect Paul to find a job out there in the sticks. Here, let's talk about the subject. Yeah? Now, let's be honest. Honesty. Honesty should be at the heart of any Geordie. Yeah? Now, seeking you, right, for Nottingham. It's not for anywhere else apart from Nottingham. Geordie Nation That's different. Geordie Nation is up north. I'm in the south. You can't be in two places at once. So, here's the hope. What does Liverpool do? I tell Liverpool instructions. Liverpool does the fancy bit. There you go. That's what it does. I thought Seeking You was for everybody in the UK. It is. Nottingham, Patrick, Nottingham is in the middle. Yeah. Geordie Nation is up north. Yeah. Now, that's two areas of the Greater United Kingdom. Yeah. And both must mirror each other. They have to. That's at the core. Now, so Liverpool are the software developers and they provide AI. Yeah. Now, there's a lot of talk. A lot has been said. AI. Do you believe that? Well, I don't. Just my honest opinion. I don't. So, got 14 people here. Well done. Just say Seeking You is for everybody in the UK. Yes, it is. However, the base is Nottingham. The base is Nottingham because I am in Nottingham. Geordie Nation is up north and I'm not there. Yeah. Mark Bowles, what is Seeking You? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. It's not anything to do what Bolt said. Bolt assumed it was dating. Didn't even enter my brain. Have you even looked? Here's the thing. That's the first one of today. Here's the thing, right? In the background of the whole platform is a manager, and the manager has lower people below them. The manager tells them what they need to do, and that's what they do. Now, people turn around and says, this is that, and the other. There's 50 different versions. Yeah. So I have to pay a bill. Once I pay that bill, I can then go into the back door and go, oi, yeah, you. Can't do it yet. But that's coming. Yeah. I got a bold advert just there. Well, do you want to know something, right? And this winds me up. It truly, truly winds me up. I am watching adverts on here for casinos. Will I ever go into a casino and say, I'd like to sign up. No. But I'm getting casinos on here. You couldn't make that up. If you can't afford to pay bills, how you are going to afford the office? Well, simple. Really, really simple. Right. Go back to the start. Yeah. The idea that I said at the very beginning. I wanted a platform where there was an ecosystem for everything. One coin for everything. That's how you pay for the office, the chairs, the desks, the computers, the servers. That's how you pay for it. One coin. And with Seeking You, it is SYC. That's it. Dead simple, straightforward. Yeah? Road Dog is asking me this. Have you considered a GoFundMe to raise the funds needed? No. What I've done is this. Now, I want to be clear as a bright lamp. Okay? Now, when I initially created SYC, it had 7 million tokens. And I said, a person had said to me that I was going to do what everybody else has done. That is this. They're going to create something, and 5 to 10 hours after creating it, I was going to and pull everything out. No. Never happened because I didn't want to do that. Pump and Radium and other places, even Binance, did that. Shoot it out there for everybody to have a look at, and then wait a couple hours, poof, pull the rug, take the money. Yay, we're rich, cushy. Change the rules. So that's what I did. Change the rules. Stating 2030. It's still 2025. It is exactly the 7th of December. Come 2030, 2035. Then I'll look at taking that liquidity out. Or I might just say, leave it. Right, so what was this? Bok is here. No one bought it, so how could you rug pull it? Listen to this. Clear. You, Bok, were the very first person in my chat to mention a rug pull. Yeah. Now, that will never happen. Honestly. Because I want to show others confidence. Yeah. Now, one thing I'm going to say to Bok, to others, is this. Straight up. If you don't buy in, you don't. Bush. You don't. Seriously, I'll say this to you on camera, live. If you don't buy in, you don't buy in. But by the time it comes to 2030 to 2035, if you come back and say, I wish I had done that, I'm going to go and giggle at you on camera. Straight up. Because if you don't believe, I can't help you. Simple as that. Yeah? Is that to Newcastle in January? Not a chance. No. Patrick, no one's going to buy the coins. That is your opinion. Nothing else. Your opinion. What you've got to take into account is this. Yeah? And I'm going to say a few people here. Patrick is one of them. Yeah? Patrick. So there's one. Yeah? Bok, and others. If you don't, you don't. One thing I will say is this. If by the time 2030 comes around and Seeking You owns an office where each year we're going to have an office party and you haven't. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. That's the honest opinion. Cool Furby, Bert, Dennis, Stinker were all... there's loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of people who won't. And come 2030, Christmas, when I'm looking at £1 or £10 per coin, I will giggle on camera. I will. I'm being honest. Because, you see, like I said in my Facebook today, earlier on, yeah, the new CEO of St. James's Park, David Hopkinson, I mentioned him because by the time 2030 comes around, I want action. Not just on the pitch, but I want, are we getting a new stadium or are we doing a rebuild? So, what we've got, I've seen footage of this year's party and don't think I want to go. Fair enough. In you, I admire your strength to ignore all these non-believers. I would struggle to keep the self-confidence, and that's the honest truth. You have to believe. If you honestly, seriously do not believe, why are you here? That's what you got to think. You know, I mean, like I'm going to say this much, right? There are options. I've taken those options. If you don't want to take what I'm putting out, different day. Different day. But if I'm right in my bet, come 2030, your time to complain has long passed. Are you going back to producing Christmas address this year? No. Daza, hit the likes, guys, and share the live. So what happens then, Paul? Your coins are worth 10 quid. So do you sell them? No. He has a couple of things for you. Yeah. Years and years ago, right, I put the lottery on. Did I put the lottery on to win the jackpot? No. My mum had won a tenner. So I put the lottery on. See if I can win a tenner too. I've won £10 from the lottery 9 times. I didn't want the massive amount. I'd rather earn it. That's me being honest. Rather earn it. And Patrick is also saying here, how this coin make money? What's stopping you just making a coin? If it was that easy, everybody would do it. Patrick, there is nothing stopping you creating a coin. Nothing. The only thing, Patrick, stopping you or anybody in chat from creating a coin is you. Simple. Yeah? Simple as that. You've got to be brave enough. Yeah? Like, and you said earlier, yeah, all of these people, oh, we don't like what you're doing. Oh, we don't like what you're saying. I've already said it, mate. You see, I've always believed this. Be nice, be polite, and be strong. I do that, perfect. It's hardly being brave, just creating a coin. I could do it, but I know it's worthless. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's your opinion, though. One person in 8 billion. One person. Which number stands out? The 1 or the 8 billion? You know? So what's the difference? If you don't know, you'll never know. That's the honest truth. if you don't know, you'll never know. And I'm going to give you a little piece of advice. Okay, this is free of charge. Christian, we are no good. I can't pronounce his second name, but he says, before you go and ask any type of prompt, have a good idea before you ask. Otherwise, you might as well have £100 worth of £10 notes and throw them up into the air in gale force winds. Yeah, that's being honest. If people buy from your online shop, will it arrive in time for Christmas? Yes. It's only coming over from the United States of America. It ain't coming from China. It ain't coming from Taiwan. It's from the United States of America. Like somebody found out the other day. Yeah? Now, personal opinion, just my personal opinion. The white winter hat and the black winter hat with the badge on the front. It has two magpies on the front at the bottom. One for sorrow, two for joy. That's why there is two magpies on the design. And we've got the lad from Scotland again, JUS15. Hello again. Colin from Bath. This must be the one and only piece of... No, actually, no. Because very soon I'm going to be wearing not a Pink Floyd baseball cap. I'm going to be wearing another baseball cap. Now, Paul, you need to order. Yeah, I am going to order. Yeah, I am. I'm going to order the white hat, a baseball cap, and a hoodie. That's my little order for myself. Why don't you have a manufacturer in the UK? Well, I did try the manufacturer called Swag Box. Swag Box, I believe, are based in Sheffield. However, what I wanted, they couldn't do. You said this last year. And Corvo, you should sign some of your merch. That's possible. Get a little white permanent marker. It is possible. But the one thing I'm aiming to do is to pull you as a chat, pull you into Seeking You, go live on Seeking You. So come the end of the live broadcast, the likes of Corvo and Daza and others get a payment. That's the hope. It just hasn't happened yet. But that's the hope. It's not possible as you don't hold the stock. No, the stock is ordered and you move from there. I haven't even been, that's fine. Go on 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8, 10, 12, 50, you know. I can only do what I'm doing. Yeah. At the pace I'm doing it. A bumper sticker? Nah. Don't think so. It's not possible as you need to ship from. There's one thing that I am aiming to do, and that is this: the office in Nottingham, to have a room where I have rails and coat hangers with different sizes, so that people can come in, pick it up, and beep, buy it there and then. And then if they want it signed, get the white marker out and go, there you go, job done. Oh. Well, the one thing with the Ford Mondeo is this: we're coming very close to Christmas. Yeah. Now, with the car, I have a court case in the new year. I don't know when in the new year, but I have a court case. So when I go to that court case, the person who is going with me to the court case has turned around and said, it's looking good. So if it does happen that we get a positive response, the car, the Ford Mondeo, will go through her MOT and all of the wheels will be renewed, brand spanking new wheels, brand spanking new suspension, brand new brakes, brand new clutch for her new owner. Colin, only a fool represents himself. Explain that one, Colin. Do you think you'll be able to do all this work for less? Not really bothered in you. The Ford Mondeo, rather than go down the crush route, is a good car. It's done less than 100,000 miles, and it's a good car. It just needs TLC. Corvo, yeah. It's not a solicitor. No, it's somebody else with massive amount of experience. It needs new wheels, you're correct, brakes, suspension, clutch, a major service. Very correct in you. Very correct. Yeah. And that's what it'll have, because the car does not deserve to go to a scrapyard. No, Corvo, it's somebody else. But they have massive experience. Paul doing Ted Bundy and representing himself. No. Good try, though. Hello from Korea. Okay. The last, as Patrick is on a good one today. As Patrick says, the last court case was in Newcastle. And the last court case, here is the dirty that was done. The dirty that was done was, if Paul signs himself out of the union, we can't represent him. Yeah. And Colin from Bath, can we have a guided tour? When it happens. When it happens. Corvo, all I'm going to say is this. That was the dirtiest trick. That was the dirtiest. And I didn't believe it until I spoke to the secretary in Leeds. And that, like I say, that was deliberate. Yeah, all bus drivers are part of a union. Yeah. You pay your subs, and then you get shouted at. It's true. Now, like I say, things in 2026, they're going to be different. It's up to you whether you believe it. It was a hell of a corner. Bruno's goal was a fluke. Was it Bert saying, but it's sad to see you didn't win anything at the Streamer Awards. Wasn't bad. You say this every year. You seem to have some kind of agenda, Patrick. Don't know what it is, but you know. Do you ever go live on TikTok? I have gone live on TikTok more times than I've got fingers and toes. Patrick is back at it again. You make promises and nothing happens. So okay. Seeking You doesn't actually exist. It's a figment of your imagination. Oh yeah, Geordie Nation. That's a dream. The meme coins, they don't exist. Anything else? Oh dearie me, man. Wake up, lad, man. Smell the coffee, man. You need to look on Seeking You. It's a mess. Well, I will. You see, I have the backdoor key. I have something you don't have. So, if everything is like a train wreck at 100 miles an hour, with carriages here and carriages there, and passengers flew in every different direction, I'll say it to AI. Why? Straight up. Show us live on camera, Colin says. Show us Seeking You now. Actually, Colin, I'm here. Yeah. I said to you earlier, there are payments that have to be paid. Those payments will be paid, and then we look at the situation and improve it. That's not today. It's not now. It's when the money becomes available. Now, here's another thing for you. Yeah. Now, as Patrick was saying earlier, yeah, Patrick Healy Tutu was saying earlier, yeah, making a promise, yeah. Let me be clear, ultra clear. There's a couple of different places where this is happening. Streets of Home, which is a handmade buggy, 10 players going on a race through the streets, all downhill. So there's that. Newcastle Cup, i.e. street racer. Different size motorbikes racing through the roads of Newcastle. And last but not least is United Boat Builders Cup. Now, for each of those, here's what I have to do. Each of those, I have to pay a set amount of money. I can't not pay a set amount of money, and then we build from that. Once that amount of money is being paid. Yeah? Well said, Corvo. Well said. You see, those games, they are based in one place, and just one place in the United Kingdom. They all start in Newcastle, and then they move around like so. And that's all they do. They start in Newcastle upon Tyne, and then they move. And there's nothing you in chat, nothing you can do about it. Because the vision is being put together. So all of those people like Patrick before, yeah, you don't believe? I can't help you. And that's being honest. Much like Paul versus right. Okay. So that's what that one dead easy. Dead easy. You see, when you go to like what happened in Newcastle, yeah. I haven't got a legal mind. That's me being honest. Now, put me behind the wheel of a bus, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But the advantage was to them. They had the nice, smart lawyer, solicitor, barrister. They had the nice suit, the Armani. What did I have? Pair of jeans and a t-shirt. Well, in you, what I'm going to say to you is this. I say this to you all. Yeah? Life gives you one chance. That's it. One chance. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah? This year, things have happened this year I didn't expect. Things have happened this year which I thought, wow. And this was bold. New. Bold took an idea, a prompt, and decided it was a dating site. And I was like, excuse me? How did you work that one out? And also, I found this. This is important. Back in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and 2000s, you could hallucinate. I didn't honestly think it was possible. Artificial intelligence can do the same thing. But it is. It's true. in an emergency situation, do you think you could still command a double-decker bus? Yeah. What did the job centre say? I know you mentioned that they said you can go back to work. No. We can twist. We can twist a number of different things into enough different directions. But look at it this way. I said to the job centre ages and ages and ages ago about YouTube. But that's not a job. And I went, excuse me? Excuse me? When you get paid, doesn't matter how much you get paid. It doesn't matter. You get money. Yeah? What you want is you want every video you make to be watched from the moment you start to the end. That's what you want. You don't always get that though. As I've noticed, like a lot of people in the analytics, 1 minute and 30 seconds, 37 seconds, 32 seconds. What can you learn in 32 seconds? See, people turn around and say, you know, everybody wants to get to the promised land. Yeah? To get to the promised land, a few things have to happen. One of those things that has to happen is SYC, that is seeking you coin, is at £1 on markets. If SYC can hit £1, then I can turn around and say, I've made it. Why? Because we're not talking about 1 billion tokens. If you believe that, you're in dream world. Okay? You're in dream world. Google Gemini said V1, V2, and V3. V3, you switch from 1 to ERC20. That's when you make the transition. And that's Google. Yes, Colin from Bath, that is £1 per token. I would like, seriously, to make that £1 £10. If I make £10, I'm ecstatic. Ecstatic. Which means I will probably come up to Newcastle and go to the coast, Tynemouth, Whitley Bay area, get a load of fireworks and make sure those fireworks go up. And yeah, that's what I would do if it hits £10 per coin. Very bold desire. It is. Because you've got to look at what the core is. If you're missing the core, why? Yeah. Now, so that's clever, man. That's really, really clever. That's really, really clever. But guess what? Not today, son. Hi, everybody. I'm new here. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. You see, somebody taught me something, and this was months and months and months ago. Can't remember who it was. And they said, just create a throwaway email. And I was thinking to myself, at least while I was drinking a cuppa, I was thinking to myself, why would I even contemplate a throwaway email? And then it hit me. Well, if you've got one of them throwaway emails, you didn't give a rat's about it. Oh, I take no prisoners, man. No prisoners. I'm as straight as they come. You know? You see, in 2030 or 2035, when people turn around and say, oh, how much has this got to? And I say 15, 20 quid. Oh, can you do us this? There you go. You know? It was never, ever about having a big house next to Newcastle Airport with servants. No. Never about that at all. And that's how it's going to be. Oh, so Patrick, it was you. Ah, right. Now we know who said the throwaway email. It was Patrick. I don't do throwaway emails, mate. At the end of the day, if I'm going to join something, I join it. Yeah. He has a strange and bonkers one for you. Totally. You see that? You see it? Watch. Watch and learn. Do. La 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 la. Come on. I've got the circle. That horrid circle. Right. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you? Yeah? Can you see that? Yeah? Can you see that? Give us a yes if you can see it. Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's interact. That I have been posting every day. Guess what? Not one person, not one, has clicked that link on Facebook. Do you know why? Because people believe. Now, all I do, straight up, all I do, you see that little thing there? Where is it? Right there. Yeah, just there. The green one. I tap, push, once a day. Yeah? Once a day. That's it. All of that, what's at the top, yeah, is half. Yeah? It's half. Because the other half is tucked in a nest egg. Right? The price, pennies. 15, 20, if that. Pennies. What's this? I don't have Facebook. The only social media I have is Seeking You, says Colin from Bath. No, I can't, says Bok Bok. It's Pi Network. You don't seem to get much interaction on Facebook, Paul, apart from the guy who writes job. Well, that person who did write job, ain't there no more. I forgot there was a little thing you could do. 3 dots. Bye. Boosh. Gone. Now, on Facebook, one of the very first pages I ever built, invest in us. Why? Because it's not about me. It's a community. This was years and years ago. Now on Facebook, I own 30 pages. Which football team do you support? Can you see the badge? Yeah. Seeking You offers party looks fun. Does it? You see, when there is an office party, I'm going to invite radio station hosts of Gem and others to the party, because I want them to be part of the party when that happens. Why haven't you? East Denton Hardware. Let me just be straight. You sent me a message the other day about a CV. Why? Why did you send me a message about a CV? I live in Nottingham. Do you honestly believe at the end of the day I'm going to jump into a car, a train, a plane and fly up to Newcastle and then come back? No? Can we have a free giveaway? Different. You're excited to work with me. Well, one thing I'm going to say is this. Yeah. There is a platform The platform is called Geordie Nation. Geordie Nation is part of a YouTube channel of the same name. Yeah. And in 2026, I'm going to have an ecosystem for Geordie Nation, which is going to be primarily to help every single business within 5 miles of the city centre, where people are going to be going in to said businesses and saying, how can we help you? That's it. Because I want to showcase hospitality, shops, pubs, restaurants, including the Stack, which is fabulous. I've been in myself. Now, I thank everybody. There's 19 people here, and you've got 30 seconds to smash the like. Okay. We are going live again at 7 p.m. So be ready. Yeah. Now, before I shut down today on a miserable rainy day, know this. Newcastle United won yesterday, 3 points. Newcastle United play Bayer Leverkusen. I don't know if it's home or if it's away, but we play them this week. 7th leg. So by the time I've finished doing my little speech, I want 19 likes. Yeah. So we have Bayer Leverkusen this week, and then we have the derby. I want everybody going to the derby to be safe. And I want 3 points. I want no injuries to players or to fans. Just go to the Stadium of Light, get the 3 points, and come home. If that happens and we beat Bayer Leverkusen, we beat Sunderland, I'm happy. Now, there's 8 likes, 19 people here. Shake a leg. Yeah? Shake a leg. It costs nothing. Nothing to be nice. So get them likes up, and I will see everybody come 7 p.m. Okay?